And we're back, guys. Tennis in a Minute. I'm your host, Good Energy. I give you the rundown on tennis coverage every day. And we're taking a look at the Australian Open Championship match. Maddie Patty. That's right, guys. She's here. Her second slam appearance for her career. The last time doing it, 2017 at the U.S. Open, where she lost in straight sets to Sloane Stephens. She's going to be taking on Aryna Sabalenka, who's going for 21 wins here in Australia. That's right, at the Australian Open. She's going for a three-peat, ladies and gentlemen, a three-time champion. The first to do it since Hingis did it in 97, 98, and 99. And listen, guys, Sabalenka is playing amazing tennis. She has not lost a match in the Australian Open since 2022 against who? Can anyone name it? Anyone know? What's the player to last defeat Aryna Sabalenka at the Australian Open? 2022. Now, that wasn't her best seasons, right? She's had back-to-back 50-win seasons, but that 22 season, she only won, I want to say, about 36 matches. She lost about 24 of them. So still fine-tuning her game. We all know that stretch there. She had a run where she was averaging like 20 double faults a match, much like Coco had a horrible stretch this past year. And she got a mechanics coach. She fixed the serve. She hasn't looked back. She came back the next year. She won the Australian Open, beating Elena Rybakina in 3. And she followed that up with a really good win last year against Qinwen Zheng. And this year, she's trying to defeat Madison Keys. Now, again, the first player to do it, three-peat on the women's side since Hingis in 97, 98, 99. We all know Serena's made the most Australian Open finals in the history of the Open era, and Serena has made 7. She's won 7 Australian Open championships, also the most in the Open era. So Sabalenka's trying to etch her name in stone amongst the greats, which she's already done by winning 2. Can Madison Keys upset her? Well, Sabalenka's a favorite in this match. She's nearly a 3.5 to 1 favorite. Is she overvalued is the question. I would say she's a little pricey. She's a little high, but given the head-to-head and being the overall favorite, it's about right. Now, Madison Keys coming off a 6 to 1 underdog win over Iga Swiatek, which a lot of people didn't give her credit. When I gave the last prediction, when Madison Keys defeated Iga Swiatek in Cincinnati as a double-digit underdog, I said, Maddie Patty, go listen to the video. I said I posted in the community. I said I take Maddie Patty to upset Iga outright. That's a soundbite that we should just use, right? That's vintage good energy. It's classic. Can Maddie win this match? Listen, guys, I think the crowd's going to be with her. The world's going to be with her. Sabalenka's amazing, but again, she hasn't lost since Kaya Kanepi here in the 22 season. And by the way, that gives me that flashback where at the U.S. Open a couple of years ago, Kanepi had several match points. And Sabalenka, she slammed her racket. She broke the boom microphone. She Indian style, sitting on the court, throwing a tantrum. She's not that Sabalenka mentally. She's matured, but she has had flashes lately, especially with Coco in Saudi Arabia, where she's just not been professional. But again, she's the favorite to win this match. I think she's slightly overpriced, but not like Iga being a 6 to 1 favorite over Madison Keys. Not like Coco being a 4 to 1 favorite over Badosa when the head-to-head's even. Not like Coco being a 7 to 1 favorite over Belinda. And of course, those players won sets outright, right? Madison Keys won the match outright. So, and I've explained that in the past. I'm not going to explain that now. People get mad at me when I start talking about stuff like that. I get threats. I get hate mail. So I'm not going to explain that again. But Madison Keys, guys, last time out, 7 aces, 4 double faults. She gave Iga Swiatek double-digit breakpoint opportunities. What, about 16? That's way too many. She can't give Sabalenka that much. Now, these two ladies recently played in Beijing, where that was a very short match, right? Just pretty much an hour, that match, right? Sabalenka won that in straight sets. Madison Keys, I don't like the fact that she gave Iga way too many breakpoint opportunities. But again, that's going to happen because Iga's a great player. For Madison to win this match, I think she's got to limit her double faults. 7 aces is perfect because Sabalenka hasn't been putting up that many aces. 7 aces, if she could win 2 service games without Sabalenka touching the ball, 7 or 8 aces, I think that's going to put her in a good position to win a set. She wins a set, she's going to be in position to win the match. It's that simple. Coaching a player in a match like this, my game plan is, look, the first set, you have to win the first set. Position yourself to win this match and put more pressure on your opponent to make mistakes when it matters the most. Because if you look at these 3-set matches, the person that's down after the first set that wins the second set, and that third set, they're playing a lot more comfortable. They're playing a lot more relaxed, and a lot of times they go on to win those matches, right? Now, Iga, despite winning the first set, lost that match. And Iga Swiatek, that never happens. When Iga wins the first set, she loses about... when Iga wins the first set, she wins like 95% of those matches. It's very rare for a player to beat Iga in the first set. Yeah, rare for her to beat Iga in the first set, but it's rare for a player to lose against Iga in the first set and then win the match. I'm talking so fast here. I'm so excited, guys. Let me slow down a little bit here. I'm getting way too excited for this match. Okay, let's get to the nitty-gritty. Against Iga Swiatek, who just moves well. She pushes the pace. She plays very fast. And in a lot of cases, she hits stronger than Sabalenka. So that's a good prerequisite. That's good preparation against Sabalenka. For most of that match, Madison Keys only won about 65% of her first serves, 60% of her first serves in play. Not championship numbers, but again, you're playing one of the best defenders in the sport next to Coco Gauff. Sabalenka is not that great of a defender. So to be a little bit of leeway, a little bit of room to breathe, but not necessarily, because Sabalenka's best defense is her offense. Her +1, her wide serve, she's going to speed you up. She's going to stretch the court and make you hit long. The key all tournament, much like Iga Swiatek, is going to be the backhand of Madison Keys. I posted Madison striking that backhand several times in those videos where we celebrated Madison Keys beating Iga Swiatek, making history, becoming... this is her first time here in the Australian Open Championship match, 10 years apart from making the semifinal. Her backhand's got to be on point today. Why? Because the backhand opens up the court. It opens up the court. It stretches the court. And how this works is, in case you guys are wondering why I keep saying her backhand's the key, because it's simple. When Madison goes down the line with her backhand, the opponent's, the natural defense to that is to return into Madison Keys' forehand, which is her strong point. Madison Keys would have probably had several more Grand Slams if she at least made several more Grand Slam appearances. She would probably have multiple Grand Slam titles if the backhand came together a little sooner in her career. But it's not too late. She's not old. I mean, like I said, as you get up in the upper 20s and 30s, if you have power, you'll be relevant. And we're seeing right now she's moving better than ever, and her power is still there. The power is the last thing that leaves you. This is why Mike Tyson can still sell out crowds and make $20 million a fight, because his power's still there. His footwork just isn't there, and his stamina's not there. But one punch, and it's still bye-bye. Madison's got to hit the backhand against Sabalenka. She has to hit it because it's going to play into her forehand, where she can then go cross-court or down the line with her forehand and hit winners. Madison has to serve well. Again, she's got to get at least 8 aces. She has to win 2 service games without Sabalenka touching the ball. Sabalenka, on the other hand, she just has to do what she does. She's owned the head-to-head. The last time these two played was in Beijing. It was straight sets, and it was a very, very short match. Pretty much an hour. Sabalenka to win this match, she has to speed Madison Keys up. If she does that, Madison will make mistakes. 41 unforced errors again. Madison's not going to win this match. It's as simple as that. I think Sabalenka's got to limit her double faults. I would keep her double faults. I can even say Sabalenka can escape this match with her 3rd Australian Open title if she limits it to 4 double faults or less. Anything more than that, you're giving Madison Keys 1 or 2 free service games. Now Madison's going to have the confidence. She could possibly steal a set. She steals a set. This goes to 3. It's anyone's match. Now, if we go back to the U.S. Open, where Madison Keys should have won that match. She won the first set. She gave Sabalenka a bagel, and she came back 2 tie breaks. She just got tired. I watched that match, and we wanted to see that showdown between Coco and Keys, much like Sloane and Keys. That would have been magical in New York for Keys and Coco to play. That would have been a good match. And personally, I felt Sabalenka She went nutty in that match, much like I talked about with Kaya Kanepi, where she slammed the racket down. She broke the boom microphone. She was throwing a tantrum. She cursed her coaches out, told them to leave. She was asking for new rackets. She was mentally all over the place. If Madison can frustrate Sabalenka early with their backhand, she's going to make mistakes. But the problem with Sabalenka is she's comfortable playing here. The crowd loves her, and I do think it's going to be a split crowd. I do think the crowd possibly will cheer more for Madison Keys. We all want to see an underdog win. But Sabalenka's so comfortable here, I don't see her throwing a fit like that. So I don't think Madison Keys will be able to get under her nerves like that, which could cause more mistakes that will favor her. Overall, I think Sabalenka just has to stretch the court. She's got to serve well. She's got to deny Madison Keys that backhand, make this a forehand fight. And I think Sabalenka has a good path to victory. I do think the uphill battle for Keys is going to be a little tougher because she has to get to her backhand to win this match. There's no doubt in my mind, if she doesn't get to her backhand, she's going to have a long day against Sabalenka, just hoping that Sabalenka just makes mistakes. Overall, guys, my pick for this match, I do think that Madison Keys has great value. However, I think the price is probably about right, guys. You know, my personal pick here, I'm not going to give you a winner of this match. I'm going to give you a prop. My pick for this match is for this match to go under 1 hour and 36 minutes. That's my pick, guys. I'm predicting a short match. It could be 2 short sets or 3 short sets. Why? Because both of these ladies are so strong, powerful, and aggressive. I don't see long rallies in this match. I think the points are going to be won very easily, short and sweet. Therefore, I take this match to go under the time limit of 1 hour and 36 minutes. That's the pick, guys. That's a very short match, by the way. Normally, you don't get a short match like that in a final where 2 ladies are fighting for millions of dollars. They're fighting for the title. Normally, that doesn't happen. It's normally you're going to take the over. Everyone's going to bring their best and fight hard. You know, you have endorsements, sponsors. They want their ads played. You want a long match in the finals. But I'm going to take this to go under the time limit. That's the pick, guys. That's a prop. Can Madison win? Of course she win, but I think she's got to get to her back end. Can Sabalenka win? She's the favorite. She's expected to win. She was the overall favorite to win this tournament. But again, I have posted the numerology. I posted the numbers. Take a look at that. And remember, what you do is your decision. Make a good pick if you're picking one of these ladies. But more than anything, make sure you just enjoy the match and enjoy what these 2 ladies are bringing. Enjoy the entertainment. Enjoy the competitive spirits. And just enjoy the atmosphere. Tennis in a Minute. Thank you for all the love and support. Enjoy the match. I'm taking this match to go under the time limit. We'll be right back.